Ice warnings remain for Northern Ireland and Scotland, but expire in England and Wales. Published at 1600. 1600. Yellow weather warnings for ice are no longer in place across much of England, Wales, and southern Scotland after they expired at 10 GMT. Northern Ireland remains under a yellow weather warning for ice until 11, while a yellow warning for north and northeast of Scotland is due to last until 23:59. The Met Office has also issued yellow weather warnings for wind in southwest England for between 1500 and 23:59 tomorrow, as well as for snow in central England and Wales from 1800 tomorrow. Share. Temperatures have dropped 10°C below the January average this week. Published at 1553. 1553. Simon King, presenter and meteorologist, BBC Weather. Getting colder bouts of weather is absolutely normal during January and over the course of winter, especially when our wind comes in from the north or northeast, dragging colder air in from the Arctic. But an Arctic blast has meant temperatures falling to around 4 to 10 degrees C below the average for early January over the past week. On Tuesday morning, the temperature dropped to minus 12.5 degrees C in Norfolk, the lowest temperature there since 2013, and days of heavy snowfall have caused significant disruption across northern Scotland. This has been a notable spell of Arctic weather. Cold snaps like this will become less common in our warming climate, but they won't disappear completely. Even with wetter and warmer UK winter overall, getting an Arctic blast for a week or two within those 3 months will still be possible. Share. Police in England and Wales warn of uptick in crashes on icy roads. Published at 1551. 1551. Man walking on icy road. Image source, Reuters. Police forces are urging motorists to be cautious on roads after an uptick in crashes in the icy conditions around the UK. Here's what some in England are saying. West Midlands Police says it has had a number of reports of collisions just this morning as a result of icy roads. Leicestershire Police warned that many roads in the area are very dangerous, adding that it has had several reports of crashes so far this morning. And in Wales, Dyfed Powys Police urged driving overnight to slow down and only travel if absolutely necessary. The Met Office has been warning of potential injuries due to slips and falls in these conditions. Share. Schiphol cancels hundreds of flights as European and UK airports face disruption. Published at 1522. 1522. Stop sign at an airport covered in snow. Image source, Getty. The heavy snow and ice has been causing travel disruption across the UK and in Europe since the start of this week. Here's a look at the airports affected today. Amsterdam. Schiphol Airport has canceled more than 700 flights, mostly European, with more due to be canceled. More than 1,000 spent the night yesterday, the airport says. Paris. Charles de Gaulle Airport was forced to cancel 100 of its flights, while the French capital's Orly canceled another 40, the French transport minister says. Aberdeen. The airport posted on X that it is closely monitoring conditions and carrying out snow clearance, but urges passengers to check the status of their flight, as some may be affected. Liverpool. John Lennon Airport reopened its runway on Monday after closing it for operational safety reasons, but flights are subject to delay or cancellation. Share. Watch. What you need to know about school closures. Published at 1457. 1457. 0054, media caption, What you need to know about school closures. Share. Eurostar services to Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and Paris cancelled. Published at 1433. 1433. 2 people walk past the front of a Eurostar train. Image source, Johan Vallet, EPA/Shutterstock. Several Eurostar trains have been cancelled today, including services from London St. Pancras to Amsterdam Central, Rotterdam Central, and Paris Gare du Nord. In an update on their website, Eurostar says its trains are subject to severe delays and last-minute cancellations due to adverse weather conditions. The train network says disruptions will continue into tomorrow. We'll bring you more updates on this and other travel disruption as and when we get them. Share. Heading out? Here's how temperatures are faring. Published at 1397. 1397. Simon King, BBC weather presenter and meteorologist. It's nowhere near as cold outside compared to Tuesday morning when we recorded temperatures widely below freezing. The coldest place this morning is northern Scotland, where the temperature is currently -6 degrees C, but elsewhere it's actually mostly frost-free, with temperatures above freezing. However, ground temperatures are often a few degrees lower than air temperatures, especially where there is lying snow. So there could still be some slippery conditions, with ice on untreated roads and pavements. Map showing temperatures across the UK. Scotland, at -6 degrees C, is the coldest. The southwest of England is the warmest, at 6 degrees C. Share. At least 400 schools in Scotland to be closed on Wednesday. Published at 1329. 1329. Botropine Primary in Moray. Image source Getty. In Scotland, we know about 400 schools in the north and northeast will be closed today, but with more snow forecast, we're expecting that figure to rise. We'll let you know more on that when we do. Some 350 were affected on Tuesday, and those in Aberdeenshire, Moray, and Aberdeen, where snow has been heavy, will remain shut for a third day. On top of that, around 130 schools in the Highlands, where it is the first day of the new term, will also be closed. They could open later today if conditions improve. Improving conditions in some areas mean schools in the Western Islands and Shetland, as well as some in Orkney, are set to reopen. Share. Aberdeenshire Council diverting staff to clear snow and get supplies to cut-off areas. Published at 1316. 1316. Communities in Aberdeenshire, northern Scotland, are experiencing their 7th consecutive day of snow, potentially putting some at risk of being cut off. As a result, Aberdeenshire Council declared a major incident on Tuesday and is assisting with getting food and supplies to isolated areas. Given the extended period of time we've got snow here for, we declared the incident so that we can divert more staff and contractor capacity to really dig in further to be able to clear the snow more effectively. Aberdeenshire Council Chief Executive Jim Savage tells BBC Radio 4's Today program. A small child walks through snow beside a wall and next to a road. Image source, Chapelton in Aberdeenshire, covered in snow on Tuesday. Share. Watch. What you need to know about school closures. Published at 1249. 1249. 0054, media caption, Storm Gorty likely to bring heavy rain and strong winds. Share. Ice, snow, and snow? The warnings currently in force? Published at 1229. 1229. The Met Office, the UK's National Weather Service, has several yellow weather warnings, external, in place. Yellow weather warnings for ice are in place across much of England, Wales, and southern Scotland until 10 GMT. The north and northeast of Scotland is under a yellow warning for snow and ice. That's due to last until 23:59. Northern Ireland remains under a yellow weather warning for ice until 11, while a yellow warning for north and northeast of Scotland is due to last until 23:59. The cold weather is expected to continue across the country throughout the week. A yellow warning for snow in parts of England and Wales will come into place from Thursday at 18 GMT, lasting until midday on Friday. Up to 20 centimeters of snow is forecast to fall in parts of central and southern England and Wales. A yellow warning for wind in southwest England on Thursday between 1500 and 2359 on the same day, with gusts of 50 to 60 miles per hour, occasionally 70 miles per hour, forecast along the coast. Share. Weather warnings in place across UK, with 10 centimeters of snow expected in parts of Scotland. Published at 12:19. 12:19. A person dressed in black walks through a park between two rows of tall trees covered in fresh white snow. There is also snow covering the whole ground and lining the bench and bin in the park. Image source: heavy snowfall has hit Aberdeen, Scotland this week. With ice warnings in place across large parts of England, Wales, Northern Ireland,